Billy Tipton was born in Oklahoma City on December the 29th, 1914. He grew up in Kansas City, Missouri, where he was raised by an aunt after his parents divorced when he was 4. As a high school student, he became interested in music, especially jazz, playing piano and saxophone. He returned to Oklahoma for his final year of high school and joined the school band at Connors State College High School. In the late 1930s and through the 1940s, he played in various bands on radio and in music venues across the Midwest of America. In 1951, he formed his own band, the Billy Tipton Trio. They were moderately successful, recording 2 albums of jazz standards. Although never legally married, throughout his life 5 women called themselves Mrs. Tipton. The last, Mrs. Tipton, Kathleen, known as Kitty Kelly, settled down with Billy in 1961. They adopted 3 sons, John, Scott, and William, although the adoptions were not legally recognized. Billy and Kitty split in 1977. In 1989, Billy died due to a hemorrhaging peptic ulcer being left untreated. And this is where his real story begins. On January the 21st, 1989, Billy lay on the floor of his kitchen, dying. A paramedic called by Billy's son William, against Billy's wishes, loosened Billy's pajamas in order to try to resuscitate him. He looked up at William and asked, "Did your father ever have a sex change?" That single question would make Billy Tipton one of the most talked about jazz performers for the next few decades. It would also lead to public debates, books, research papers and magazine articles on gender, personal identity, transsexualism, deception, and an individual's right to live as they wish. Up until the age of 19, Billy Tipton was Dorothy Lucille Tipton. Why he changed his life, we may never know. Many theories have been given, but without the man himself to tell us, it's pure conjecture. He wore bindings around his chest and explained them away that as the result of a car accident, he had to wear them. No one ever questioned this. His wives and sons described him as a wonderful husband and father. The tabloids and TV at the time sensationalized the story. This so-called man deceived everyone. Everyone who knew him. He lived a lie. Was he some sort of pervert or even a lesbian? This led to 2 of his adopted sons changing their names to get away from the media scrutiny and stigma the revelations caused. On TV shows like Oprah, Billy's ex-wife Kitty and Billy Jr. would state, "This man was my husband," or "This man was my father," to which the host would inevitably respond, "No, she wasn't." No one could believe they didn't know that Billy was born female. But they knew he was Billy, and to them, he would always be Billy. Everyone who knew him and was interviewed or voiced an opinion, including band members and close friends, said he was a wonderful, kind, gentle man, and they never thought any different. The documentary, No Ordinary Man, doesn't attempt to dissect the life of Billy Tipton, but more to explain how attitudes towards the LGBT community have changed throughout the lifetime of Billy and beyond. There have also been biographies written about Billy. The title of this one, Suits Me, The Double Life of Billy Tipton, is misleading. I don't believe he led a double life. He didn't switch from male to female at any stage after his initial transformation. Billy Tipton definitely had the life he wanted to live. We can never be certain of Billy's inner motivations. He desperately wanted to be a jazz musician, and he achieved that. It's easy to pick apart and analyze why he lived as he did, but sometimes we should take each other at face value. He chose to live as a man. He chose to have long affairs and marriages with heterosexual women. He enjoyed being a father. He left no letter or other clue as to why he chose to live as he did. But who are we to question it? Back in his time, the public were not really aware of transsexualism. Maybe Billy himself didn't even know about it exactly, but he knew who he was. Instead of the initial shock the media and the public feigned, maybe the simple truth was, and is, that Billy Tipton was a very brave individual. We should all be able to live our lives being happy with who we are, and in that respect, he should provide inspiration for all of us. Maybe he was exactly who he appeared to be.